Hey, everybody. I want to thank you for checking out today's broadcast. My name is Jonathan, and this is day 164, I believe. Yeah, I believe it's day 164 of my 3-year challenge to focus on my health and wellness and really get my weight under control and get to a good place. If this is the first time that you're checking out my broadcast, my name, if I didn't say it already, is Jonathan. Uh, I back in October, decided that it was time for me to start focusing on losing weight. And so, starting on November 1st, I water fasted for 42 days. At the end of that, I switched over to a whole food plant based diet for 2 months. I did a 10-day water fast, and then I have been eating whole food plant based again since then. I've lost a total of 168 pounds over the last 5.5 months. Uh, and it's been crazy. It's been great to lose all of the weight that I lost early quickly, but now I'm gonna just be really in the grind where I'm losing, maybe a half pound a day or a little bit more if I get lucky or if I'm active. If you haven't already, make sure that you do subscribe to my channel. And after you subscribe, hit the bell icon to turn on notifications. I do also have an Instagram channel, which is the @fasting, FAHSTING. And then there is a Discord that it's just a great place for people to introduce themselves and let us know what you have going on, what your goals are, and hopefully we can work together to help achieve your goals as well as our own. Carrie's checking in saying hi. Hi, Carrie. I hope everything is going all right today. Um, but for me, it's like I kind of said, I'm really in that kind of just grinding period. My foot had really been bugging me and it's starting to feel a lot better. There's still a little bit of pain there, but it's not something that I think is really going to slow me down anymore like it did all last week. So I'm happy to kind of be getting over that and going to be able to get a little bit more mobile and start getting going on those walks again, and hopefully get to a point where I can hit the 10,000 steps again, because it's been a little while since I hit the 10,000 steps. It's been at least a week, I would say, since I hit that point. Anthony checking in here saying afternoon. Good afternoon, Anthony. I hope things are going well for you. What with us, it's something where uh like I said, things have been going good. I know the weight's going to slow down. Weight loss is going to slow down. It's definitely going to slow down with as much of that dehydrated mango that I ate, or the mango that I've been eating. It's one of those things where I don't feel real guilty about it, but I also know that I probably am overeating those things, even though there's really nothing wrong with overeating those things in the end. But just really everything's been going really well with the diet. I feel like I'm getting used to the foods. I appreciate the foods more. I'm uh, and I'm getting by on less food as well, which I think has been something that is nice. I mean, I guess it's maybe not that I'm getting by on less food, but I know I'm getting by on less calories. I know that overall the amount of calories that I'm having is not near what I'm burning in a day. Uh, and so that has been one of the big things with this. But anyways, I don't know. I really don't have a whole lot to go over today. Tomorrow's going to be weigh-in Wednesday, and I haven't gotten on the scale since last Wednesday. I think with just being laid up, I don't want to get on the scale, so I don't know where I'm gonna be at. Again, I'm not real nervous, because even if I stay the same weight. It's better than gaining, and I don't foresee gaining. I mean, if I do, it would be a minimal amount. And then I would just have to eat less dehydrated mango. I just have to remember. Well, anyways, I don't need to go on about that. One of the things I was looking at, and I don't have I don't have any of the icons are up, and if you, I don't know, you would have had to follow or watch my earlier videos, but I'm gonna put back up that calorie challenge that uh, I had kind of talked a lot about uh, when I was doing the fast and when I first started, and I was just kind of seeing where I was on that, and I'm at, so with 168.2 pounds lost, I'm at 588,000 calorie deficit in the last 6 months. Or it's not even been, it's been 5.5 months. Tomorrow, I guess, would probably be technically the 5.5 month mark, uh, being day 165. But, it's just amazing to think that I had that much excess body fat. The 168 was also, I kind of tried Googling it real quick to see if anything would come up, but 168 pounds lost is an entire, I mean, a normal height, average weight adult male is 168 pounds. Or there are, I guess. I don't know if it's average, but it's an acceptable height and weight. And it's just crazy that I have that much weight off of my body, that I'm not walking up the steps carrying that, or yeah, just the thought of like having a person like just piggybacked on my back, and just everything I did I had to do with that person just sitting on my back just seems crazy to me, the amount of weight I've been able to lose, and at such a quick pace too. Uh, and I don't feel like I talk about it in the other videos, but like I've lost weight before, and I felt like the entire time that I was losing weight, it was like I was in the middle of a boxing match, just continually fighting and struggling and overcoming temptation and hitting and being. I was watching a video today. They were talking about, a couple on a diet, and like being militant or being like focused 100% on what I ate and didn't vary and didn't have any days like, if I had a day where my diet got screwed up in previous diets, it would have a much larger psychological and physical effect on me and on my diet. Whereas with this diet, some days I eat a little bit more, some days I eat a little bit less, some days I don't have access to food, so I don't hardly eat at all. And it doesn't have an effect on my diet overall. Whereas the diet from 8 years ago, where I lost over 100 pounds, if something got in the way of my afternoon, snack dinner that I would kind of do every day, it would cause distress in me, and then a lot of times I've had experience where every year in July I have an event that requires me to leave and be away from. I go for a week. It's just kind of a thing that I do for work. And it's something that it always seems like that week ends up being a reset for me, whether it's that I go from losing weight and then that week happens and it throws me off my diet, or I've gone through that week and I've been like, I can't do that again, and then I've lost weight after. But the what I'm getting at too is when I've been on my diet and when things have been going great and perfect, and then I have something like that week where I can't have the food regimen that I want to have or that I normally have, and then I'm introducing new foods, and then it causes a slippery slope, and then all of a sudden I'm gaining weight back, and I feel so much more confident in this diet because there is such a variety of what I'm eating. I'm not eating the same thing every night or every uh, uh, or having like the same regimen. I have to eat between 6 and 7, and I have to have this many calories, or I'm going to eat these things. Whereas with this diet, if I get home and I have a banana, I have a banana, and then I might have some dinner, some chili or noodles and marinara or whatever we have, uh, and it's different every night. I'm really good at losing weight and being uh, being on a a very limited diet. I can do that, but it's much more enjoyable not doing that. I guess if I had to compare this diet versus that diet where I was literally eating, you know, 4 different things, just, you know, staying under 600 calories and doing the same thing over and over, I lost the weight, but it just there wasn't the satisfaction that I have here. Carrie says that she foresees a lot of peanut butter bread on that trip. Yeah, but there's also like uh, there's a lot more options that I have that I wouldn't normally consider. Fruits and uh, carrots, celery, things like that that I would not have considered food in previous trips that this time are going to be more staples of my diet throughout the week this time. So, uh, so yeah, just kind of overall, I just want, kind of extremely satisfied with this, with where things are with the diet and how things have been going. I don't, like I said, I'm not fighting myself and being like, man, I wish I just had that tonight or just did, um, or I'll just do that tonight and then we'll go back to it. And I don't have any inclination anymore to have like a cheat day or a cheat meal. It's just not. Yeah, it's weird because it's it's so different. I mean, and I talk about it before, but just the diet being 100%. Uh, the diet that I eat now is 100% different than the diet that I used to eat. If there's anything that is on my diet now that I used to eat, it was by accident, or it was so I could get to the other stuff. Anthony's saying you should be proud of my, yeah, and I am very much. And Carrie, yeah, it would do bad things if I did, and that's uh, it's weird too because like it would do bad things to anybody that eats this way. It's not just me though. Like somebody who eats a whole food plant based diet or somebody who's vegan, it would tear them up to eat any of that stuff that I used to eat too. But the sugars and stuff, obviously, that many diets offer, allow for sugars, and I just don't have much of a desire for it. I get sweetness in foods, and I like when I have sweeter foods like the peanut butters are still sweet tasting. The the smoothies, things like that. So I still create, and the oranges. I hate a lot of oranges. So all of those things satisfy a lot of those flavors. And it's funny how many times that I'll be eating something and a flavor of it or a smell or a texture or something about what I'm eating will just bring uh, about a flavor I recognize from foods that I am not eating, and it somewhat satisfies those things. The one I've talked about a couple times is this the salad. We have this mustard based dressing that we use in salads, and a couple times, and obviously the texture and everything else is different about it, but the flavors really made me feel like I was eating a hot dog, and it was, there's no bread in there at all. It was just the mustard and like I said, the aroma and just the way it hits your tongue. It just kind of, and like I said, it satisfies some of those uh, things. Anthony says breads do horrible things to your diet. Yeah. If you're not eating breads, then I imagine that just even introducing it as a side or as part of a dish can screw you up. And it's just something that you learn to live with, and that you don't eat those things, or if you do, you're going to be paying for it, and you weigh those decisions. And it's weird having that kind of, or needing to learn those things, or having those boundaries or barriers, because they never existed in my diet before. It was, if it fits in my mouth, then it's possibly edible, and so let's try it out. And my body, I mean, there's so many times that I probably had some sort of you know digestive issue that I just passed off as being part of being a person, but it's not. Like the digestive issues, the constipation, the I don't know, any of the stuff, the irritable bowel syndrome, diarrhea, all those things. I really haven't had any of that in months now. I feel like it's, I mean, the system feels like it's just running really well and running really efficient itself. Not that haven't had bathroom emergencies, but haven't had like diarrhea or anything like that. And that is been, I mean, I've had, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it gets into random thought, but like I had, like I knew I can't eat meal or couldn't eat a meal and drink regular root beer because that would cause issues. I don't know now if it was the breads or the meats or the root beer or what it was, but it would cause things to go through me faster than normal, and it's just funny that I would, sometimes you put yourself through those things just to do it. I look at like my son, he doesn't do great with milk or dairy, but he'll eat ice cream just because it's so good. It's worth the discomfort that you get from it. And uh you don't really think about the long-term effect either. Just the sure, you might get a little bit of, whatever happens when you get lactose intolerance, whatever, it just goes by. But if you do that every single day or every other day, or of your life, for your whole life, that's got to have an effect overall. I mean, it's but anyways, so yeah, I just happy with how things have been going. I'm looking forward to weighing in tomorrow. I'm not expecting to break any records. I'd probably be at the same weight I was, or slightly less if I do lose some weight. It was a busy weekend. I wasn't super mobile. I've been getting more mobile now that my ankle's feeling better, but I still haven't got back to doing my daily walks. That might be something that we try to do, depending on what the weather ends up being like around us here over the next couple days. But yeah, it's been a really good week as far as my mental health. I feel like, or as far as my satisfaction with the diet, uh I don't feel like I'm getting sick of anything that we're having, and so that's just kind of where I'm at. I got a few things to do this afternoon, so I am going to get out of here now, but I will be back on tomorrow for weigh-in Wednesday. I'd love to hear how you guys are doing with your weight loss tomorrow. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel here. Turn on the notifications so you do get notified when I go live, which is generally at 4 p.m. weekdays. We're having salad tonight. Hopefully we got some of that mustard dressing I was just talking about. That's definitely my favorite of the dressings that we had. In fact, I made it myself the other day. It wasn't any good, but I made it. And so my Instagram at Fosting. Anthony says, thanks for the update. Enjoy your salad. You're welcome, Anthony. Thanks for checking in and saying hi. And then the Discord. Join the Discord and let us know about what you got going on. And we'd love to hear about it. If you haven't done it already and you're thinking about losing weight, get doing something now. Don't wait. It's not worth waiting. There's no meal that's worth waiting to get going on this. It's something that if you're 500 pounds, if you're 400 pounds, if you're 300 pounds, you need to start doing something now. And if you've sat there and you say, I've done everything and nothing works, I've tried everything. Have you tried a whole food plant-based diet free of salt, oil, and sugar? I said a million times I've tried everything. I hadn't tried it. Now I'm really happy with it. So it's worth trying if you haven't already. Anyways, you guys have a great night. I will see you tomorrow. Weigh-in Wednesday. I am out of here. Have a great day.